Kampung Morten is a riverine village located by the Malacca River. Located about 15 minutes walk north of the historic city centre, and one can enter it from the bridge over Malacca River just opposite to the Majestic Hotel. It has been gazetted as one of the Malaysia's natural heritage sites. Mr. Haji Ibrahim Haji Hashim, the current tenant and one of the family members who is part of the Living Museum, Villa Sentosa, was interviewed, and he gave us a thorough insight on the origin of Kampung Morten.
The name of the village is rather unique. Even though the total populations are all Malays 100%, it's named after an Englishman by the name of Frederick Joseph Morten. Originally, the settlers here were staying in a certain area called Kampung Jawa, but because part of the area has been acquired by the government for a municipal market, so they have to move out from the area. And one of those affected was my grandfather, by the name of Dato Osman bin Muhammad Nur, who happened to be the leader or the head of the village. So wherever he goes, they would like to follow him. As such, my grandfather identified this particular area, which at that time filled with nipa palms and mud cracks, mounds, rusuk ketam. And when there's high tide, always waterlogged. And money was needed for its development. It so happened at that time the Commissioner of Land and Revenue collected by the name of Frederick Joseph Morten. So through Morten, my grandfather managed to get a loan of $10,000 in the year 1920 from a special government fund. So with that amount of money, this village was managed to be opened, whereby 100 housing lots individually allocated to the previous settlers who came from Kampung Jawa. So when they all move in here comes the time of naming the village, several suggestions and proposals were put up. Finally, such as Kampung Sri Tanjung, Maraya dan sebagainya. So on the advice of my grandfather, why not we name it after Morten in appreciation of the help given in the form of loan, even though my grandfather was the sole guarantor for that total amount. So with that amount of money, 100 housing lots will be duly allocated. So when they all move in here, they unanimously agreed to name this village as Kampung Morten.
Kampung Morten consists of more than 50 traditional Malay residents, and ironically, it is surrounded by skyscrapers and highways, with Malacca River being the only barrier that erodes the tranquil village from the bustler world on the opposite bank. The red traditional village rooftops can never be harmonized into the skyscrapers behind. The visitors on board of the Malacca River cruise can feel it the best, especially when the sun has set into the west.
Retaining most of the traditional architecture, the peaceful village is claimed to be the living museum. Most of the residents there are fenceless, which means visitors can actually take a very close look and feel the daily living of the community while taking a stroll along the Malacca River on a nicely decorated walkway spanning from the tourist center at the middle of the city to the village. However, an umbrella is necessary for those who wish to take the journey under the unforgiving sun. Nevertheless, it will certainly be a leisure experience to have a late afternoon walk in the village.
Villagers are coming out for outdoor activities, drinking tea and coffee with their neighbors, while kids are playing around. Living within the arrays of Rumah Melayu is a famous Rumah Malacca craftsman, Encik Basar bin Ali. Aged 52 this year, he has been the go-to person for miniature replicas of traditional rumah Melayu around Malaysia. You name it and he will patiently put his magical crafty fingers to work down to every bit of intricate details that might go unnoticed with naked eyes.
Alternatively, one can choose to explore around Kampung Morten after dusk. As the sun slowly goes to sleep, Kampung Morten puts on an entirely different face. As opposed to surrendering to the glowing, brightly lit skyscrapers around it, Kampung Morten is given another life with the installation of fluorescent lights primarily in the houses along the Malacca River banks with the help of Malacca government.
The camera is simply insufficient to do it justice, but take our word for it. The night view is just breathtaking. Plus, it's a romantic breezy place to take a walk after a dinner. Take note guys, what if you are craving for something scrumptious that can fill your stomach but still have mercy on your wallet? Look no further than Katsum Abdul Rahman Nasi Lemak Istimewa Sri Morten.
What a mouthful, but it is worth the tongue twist to savor one of the best nasi lemak in Malacca, if not in Malaysia. The store starts its business at 5 p.m. daily and everything is handled by Encik Abdul Rahman bin Tambi Ali, a very humorous, hardworking man whom you will not believe is aged 65 this year. He is proud in expressing his firm hold in maintaining the most traditional way of cooking nasi lemak, which is a tedious process long given up and forgotten by most nasi lemak vendors.
At this point, if one were hooked by the beauty and tranquility of Kampung Morten, they can resort to of many homestay services provided by the villagers in Kampung Morten. The fees are very reasonable and buys you an experience you can never have before anywhere else. You get a chance to live in an actual rumah Melayu, fully equipped with all bells and whistles.
During our visit, we managed to have an interview session with one of the family that are staying in one of the homestay. According to Mrs. Zainab, Mrs. Zaitun, Mrs. Radia and Mr. Noshri, that was their first stay in Kampung Morten, and so far their experience was superb. They are enthusiastic in sharing the good of visiting Kampung Morten, and it brings back a sense of heritage flowing in their blood.
In short, Kampung Morten is a perfect place for a getaway from the bustle of the fast-paced lifestyle of city dwellers without being immersed into an uncharted territory, as it is a traditional village surrounded by the concrete jungle familiar to potential visitors. So what are you waiting for? It's time to put it on your bucket list as a place to travel to on your next vacation.
Saya berasa sangat teruja sebab dapat melawat ke Kampung Morten dan dapat menikmati suasana yang amat unik. Biasanya kami dapat melihat dari keluaran rumah atau satu kampung. Dengan terbuka dengan Dr. Ibrahim pula saya dapat tahu asal-usul kampung tersebut. Kisahnya amat mengagumkan. Akhirnya saya amat bersyukur atas kerjasama semua ahli kumpulan sekian generasi.
After the visiting to Kampung Morten, I feel that is an awesome place for me. For example, the place seems beautiful, nice and clean and peace. The people there are all so friendly because they serve us very well and they welcome us very much. So if I have another opportunity, I would like to visit there again. Thank you.
Selepas melawat ke Kampung Morten, saya mendapati bahawa terdapat berbagai budaya yang masih tersembunyi. Banyak pengetahuan telah saya dapati seperti seni bina bangunan kaum Melayu, budaya tentang perkahwinan Melayu, berbagai barang-barang lama seperti mesin tas yang kita boleh dapat di dalam Villa Sentosa dan lain-lain lagi.
As a Malaccan, I know Kampung Morten at the back of my hand. So what have I actually gained from doing this assignment? Friends. When we first entered this lecture hall, we were complete strangers, but now we are comfortable with each other. In my honest opinion, this is the main objective being conveyed in TITAS class, which is to dissolve the barrier formed coming from different races and backgrounds by accomplishing a common goal together.
Hi, I'm Tanjui. After the visitation to Kampung Morten, I feel really proud of my country because up until now there are still people who are still protecting and securing their own culture. Even though they are Chinese or Malay, they just treat us as one of their family. And the place there is well maintained, and they protect all the place really nice. But
Assalamualaikum and very good morning to all. My name is Azwan. What I want to reflect about my trip to Kampung Morten, Melaka is that I got many new infos and knowledge about Melaka and its history. I also got to know the culture of Melaka people. They are also Melaka people, didn't know it before. So that's my reflect. How about you?
Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. Pengalaman saya datang ke Kampung Morten ialah Kampung Morten merupakan kawasan yang sangat unik kerana pada waktu malam diterangi dengan cahaya yang kegelapan dan pada waktu siang diterangi pula dengan suasana yang tenang. Saya berharap agar saya dapat datang lagi ke kampung ini pada waktu akan datang. Sekian, terima kasih.
Hello everyone, I would like to share my experiences when to Kampung Morten, Melaka. First of all, I am very happy because the villagers at Kampung Morten are very friendly, and even though the tourists that went there, they are very sporty when it comes to interview session. Thank you.
Salam sejahtera. Melalui lawatan Ilmiah ini, saya telah dapat bekerja sama dengan ahli kumpulan yang lain. Selain itu, saya telah dapat memahami budaya orang Melayu dengan lebih teliti. Terima kasih.
Hello, even though I'm Lawatan, it's actually the first time I've been to Kampung Morten. It's a wonderful experience. It's a very peaceful village. If be given a chance, I wouldn't want to leave the place. I hope that Kampung Morten can be preserved as it was for generations to come. Bye.